In the past several years, I've been able to grow my income from zero to over $89,650 a month from understanding these 10 passive income strategies that I'm going to reveal to you here. These days, we have the full playbook from people like myself who have done it, and even more, we have all these different powerful AI tools that can help you achieve results at even double or triple the rate that it took me to build on what I reap from today. Now, before I share with you my 10 most important passive income streams that you can start building today, I need to reveal the truth about what passive income really is, because it turns out this term is actually one of the biggest lies that keeps the rich richer and the poor even more poorer. So here's my biggest lesson that I've learned from having even $500,000 months to receiving over 100 different forms of passive income. Now look, what I have to say goes against what most people want to hear, and that is it takes time to build any stream of income up. I just need to be brutally honest. It took me over 5 years, and this, I believe, is even on the quicker side to build my different streams of passive income as someone who grew up in a family that had next to nothing. I didn't go to school for business. I never really did well in school either, and I definitely never got an allowance from my mom or dad. Knowing that, if I was able to transform my life where we're now earning tremendous amounts of money every single month, I'm confident that this is something that you can do too. So let's talk about passive income strategy number one, and that is affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is one of the businesses that literally anyone can get started with today. This is what I'd also consider to be an evergreen business model, meaning that it will exist for a long period of time. You can also have flexibility where you can be a one-person business or scale your company to have hundreds of employees if you want it. I've also made several in-depth guides on how to start affiliate marketing, and some of those videos were well over half an hour long, and we had a lot to cover. Now, those videos did pretty well. A lot of you guys loved them, but let me just give you the essential key points in this section here. So first of all, what is affiliate marketing? Well, it's really simple. So if you ever enjoyed a product and you told someone to get it and you gave them a code to get that product and you earned a commission, that's affiliate marketing. So something I do every single week is I host Bible study night with me and my boys. And recently I went ahead and picked up a cold plunge. Literally just a few days ago, I convinced some of the guys in my group to go ahead and try out the cold plunge. Now, a few of them did it, they loved it, and they were asking me how much it was and how they could get it. Now, the company that I bought it from has a referral program that allows me to earn 5% commission if I refer someone else to sign up. And whoever uses my link also gets a discount rather than them paying the full price. Now, 5% commission might not sound a lot, but with these cold plunges where it ranges anywhere from $3,000 to even $7,000, that can really start to add up. So say one of my boys decided to go ahead and buy the product using my link and I earn that commission. That right there, in essence, is the most basic form of affiliate marketing. Now let's take it a step further out. Imagine this on an even larger scale where I decide to write a blog or I do a cold plunge experiment and I post it on TikTok or YouTube and I document the improvements of how this has positively benefited my life, and other people want to sign up for it too. When people all around the world are watching the video, maybe 1% of them decide to buy, but I get, say, 1,000 views. So 100 people using my link, boom. That right there is a cash generating affiliate marketing business that could eventually become passive income, where if the content you make continues to get views over time. Now, what I just mentioned is one of several different affiliate marketing strategies, but it's also my favorite because it's free and there's absolutely no risk in getting started, and it's also perfect for beginners. It's very rare too that you come across a business model that has little to no risk, but in exchange for little to no risk is the fact that you do need to put in your time. Now, the other method in affiliate marketing that can scale to even multiple 7 figures the first year that you get started with is called paid affiliate marketing. So let's use the cold plunge as an example. Say at this point, I've tried nearly about everything. I posted it on TikTok, Instagram, and nothing is clicking, and I just cannot get organic hits. Well, your next bet would then be to start running ads. Now, you can run ads pretty much from anywhere, but the most popular ones are going to be Google ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, even Twitter ads. If you want to go even outside the main four, you have Pinterest ads, Etsy ads. Nowadays, even as an example with TikTok, they have such good dialed in trafficking where you can just set it to automatic campaign optimization and it'll go ahead and find the people that could resonate best with what your conversion goal is. So just think of everything as a large funnel. At the top, you're going to have cold traffic. These are people who are not interested at all. They don't care about their health, and they surely do not like cold water. Underneath the layer of that, you have your warm traffic. This is where people might have heard about the benefits of cold plunges. They might have watched a few Andrew Huberman podcasts here and there, and they're semi-interested, but they are not ready to take that leap of faith yet. After that, you have your hot traffic. These are people who have watched the Huberman podcast. They have researched everything they can. They've watched every YouTube video out there. Sounds a little bit like me before I bought it, and they're ready to purchase. That right there is hot traffic. These are people who have an urgency to buy, and they just have not done so already. The beauty about paid ads is that if you get good at this, you can ignore the cold traffic, the warm traffic, and specifically target the hot traffic, which is the most likely to go on your blog, watch your experiment video, and then click on your affiliate link to convert. There is a downside though, and that is running ads is not cheap. You can easily put yourself into debt. And if you're a beginner just getting into business, it's not something I would recommend that you go all out for. So here's what I'll say. If you don't know how to read analytical dashboards, you don't know what CPC or ROAS is, do not just jump headfirst into ads. Although going the organic route will definitely take time, I believe you can still reduce the risk, but still be able to see potential where along the way, when you want to scale, that's when you introduce the paid ads. Now, either way, the great thing about affiliate marketing is that you can start today. And if you want an advantage to succeed, I believe your edge will come from building a personal brand or to become a modern day content creator. This is because with AI getting more and more rampant and different blogs just crowding the space, at the end of the day, nothing will replace an authentic human connection. Personally, for me, I'd rather buy a cold plunge, not from like a robotic, faceless YouTube channel, but if it's a guy who is literally going to the ice bath, he's trying different experiments, and he's like, yo, if you want to check out the link, check it out there. It's that human connection that I believe AI will never be able to replicate. Now, with that said, being a content creator is still huge, and that leads us into passive income strategy number 2, building that personal brand. Now, let me tell you, I never grew up thinking I would ever become a YouTuber. I always told myself, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good looking enough, and nobody would even be interested in what I had to say. The very first time I uploaded a video on this channel, it was just to document my journey as a young entrepreneur who knew nothing about this world and just trying to figure things out. It was after uploading a few videos where I started getting just a few views here and there and a few comments, and I realized, oh wow, people from all over the world kind of care about what I'm doing here. So fast forward about 5 to 6 years later, I thought I was gonna be, a detective at that time, trying to solve crime, not be stuck in a cubicle. But even back then, I was able to see the potential and the benefits of what being a content creator would hold, and I decided to just double down on that. Now, the truth is, the modern day gold rush here is in being a content creator itself. So think about it like this. A lot of those young, rich money kids, yeah, they're making money from their business, but they're also making even more money from actually posting content. Even all the old school business wolves have gone to YouTube and creating content. Now, there is a reason for this. Now, a few years ago, I was at the Bitcoin conference, right? It was crazy. It was like the peak of the first crypto bull run. I had a good year. I wanted to buy myself the dream watch, the one that was on my vision board for years. And this was a Rolex Explorer 2 with the white dial. So I ended up actually getting that watch, but believe it or not, I bought it off eBay. It was eBay certified. I ended up going into the pool in Miami during that whole conference week. And as soon as it touched the water, I saw water literally pouring into it. Now, this here was literally my dream watch, and that feeling was devastating. I literally remember my heart pounding and seeing even the expression on my friend's face when they saw the expression of my face. So the next day, I decided to go to the conference, do a little bit of networking, talk crypto. And as I walked in, to my left, I saw this giant watch booth. Now, this watch booth was a company that I actually watched a ton of YouTube reviews on. So it was awesome being able to see them and then telling them about the story of my watch. They also recommended me another timepiece that could be even more fitting, where at that time it was way out of my budget, but they were convincing of how it would go up in value and how it is really sought after. But while I was in that whole process, I looked to my right, and the person who was next to me was Kevin O'Leary. Now get this, Kevin O'Leary wasn't just by himself. He was surrounded by an army of cameras and different people. It was crazy. It was the first time I was like, oh wow, this is what like TMZ and paparazzis and celebrities must really feel like. Now, I was a big fan as well, and I wanted to get his attention. And I told him one sentence, and it's to this day, I have his phone number saved in my contacts from that day. I said, hey Kevin, I have a YouTube channel. It has about 500,000 subscribers. Do you ever want to collaborate? So imagine if I said this.
Hey Kevin, I'm buying myself a $30,000 watch. You sure? You sure you don't want my phone number?
Look, some of the greatest entrepreneurs of our time understand the current value of what having an audience means. And this is exactly why I was able to connect with someone who is a multi-billionaire. The richest people in this world are currently focused on building an audience for themselves. So ask yourself this, why? So if you are interested in becoming a content creator, it is now easier than it has ever been before. With the use of ChatGPT, AI tools, you can get additional help scripting. You can also use different tools to help you video editing. And it is now easier more than ever to hire overseas to help you with thumbnails, video editing, managing sponsorships, or just any of the admin tasks that a lot of content creators deal with today. I'd even go as far as to say it's going to cost you more money by not deciding to build and invest in your own brand. So start today, and it can be as simple as making some shorts on TikTok or Instagram. If you were to ask me, my personal favorite though is clearly YouTube. Obviously no personal bias here. There's also a reason though why every single TikToker who has gained millions of followers all make it a goal to migrate over to YouTube, and that's because YouTube is still king if you want to make true passive income that allows you to scale. Even further, as an example, in December, I had posted just 2 videos here on this channel, but our AdSense equated to be at over $50,000. Even a few weeks ago, we had 2 videos that completely flopped. They were like under 10,000 views, but those videos have still been bringing in even more income than the ones that could do over 100,000 or 200,000 views. Now, my strategy is a bit different, okay? It's not something a lot of content creators will talk about, and I don't ever just post random videos praying that one goes viral. I think that right there is the losing game, and instead, I've learned of a meticulous formula that I've learned to perfect in the last few years that less than 0.01% of other content creators do on YouTube, but it's how I'm able to get tiny amounts of views on some videos, but still earn more than a Mr. Beast video with millions of views ever could. Now, one way I do this is by maximizing even RPMs. So this is the amount that you can get paid per 1,000 views on the content that you get made. Now, most other channels are going to be getting RPMs of $2, $5, at most like 10 to 15 bucks, but I've been able to maximize my RPMs in getting $50, $100, or even $200 per 1,000 views. So if you want to learn more about this whole strategy, now I made a whole hour-long video going over that exact sequence. So if you guys want to go ahead and learn more, definitely watch this video till the end. I'll have a pop-up as a suggested video after the end of this, so there's nothing you need to do, but just finish this video till the end, and you'll be able to watch that next. So passive income number 3, courses. Courses is huge. The online education industry is growing at an exponential rate, similar to even number 2, which is also called the creator economy. Now, personally, between the two, I think if you're all about just making as much passive income and money as possible, courses is going to be the way. Now, there's an old way of doing it and there's a new way. The old way of doing this was making offline courses. It was just recording 5 to 10 hours of video, putting it onto things like Kajabi, and then getting people onto your email list, letting them know there's like a live webinar, but it wasn't really live, and then telling them to buy your course. Now, that actually did work pretty well, and I've seen content creators who have less than 10,000 followers who are able to make millions of dollars in less than a year. But right now, we're seeing an even further migration into what we call now online courses. So offline courses are the ones that you record. Online courses are ones that you're doing real time. So here's what I recommend. You can definitely find success with those offline courses, doing it the traditional way. But I believe if you really want to improve your odds, it's to go ahead and do these courses where they are live. So no matter what you do, who you are, if you're into going to the gym, or you're particularly skilled in a certain sport, or you're really good at playing blackjack, whatever it is, you don't have to be an expert, but if you're just a few steps ahead of a beginner, you have something special that you can provide someone value to. So what you could do is $100 per seat into getting people on a Zoom call that they're watching you teach live in. Now, I know this isn't really the most passive sort of income, but hear me out. If you do this once, you have it recorded, and you find a way to automate the entire funnel, you can go ahead and then move away from doing those live calls and find yourself making money over time. Now, we're just getting into courses this year. I put in 6 months with my team in putting that whole thing together. Even to this day, we're still getting sales here and there, so it just shows how passive it is once you put in all the upfront work. But if you're looking to make true generational wealth that you can scale to another degree, which I'm talking 7 to 8 figures, you want to consider that new meta of online courses that I just mentioned. 4th passive income strategy here, and this is membership groups. This is something that we've done for many, many years now, and I'd like to even go ahead to say we're one of the few content creators that first broke into the space in getting membership groups out. The beauty about membership groups is that this is a continuity plan, meaning that you get monthly reoccurring revenue. So if someone signs up and you're able to provide outsized value and they stick around and they do not churn out, meaning they don't just unsubscribe and leave your group, you can continue to stack and pile up that passive income. Now, we first did this on Patreon many years ago. The best single day that we had was $70,000 in a launch that we had for everyone joining. The best month that we had was just shy of $200,000 in monthly reoccurring recurring revenue. And there is just so much potential. Now, granted, there is a lot of work, and that's one of the reasons why we went up and then we experienced a down and now we're going back up. But regardless, you can start a monthly membership group today pretty easily. If you have a niche that you're passionate about, you just want to build a community, or people are looking up to you as a content creator and they want even further access, you can start things as low as $5 a month. You guys can get in a giant group chat with me, or for $50 a month, I'll do a one-on-one consultation call with everyone here in the group. There's ways that you can get creative, and you have complete flexibility on determining the hours that you may want to work. The great thing about monthly recurring revenue is that there are a ton of platforms you can get started with. So I personally use Patreon during those days, and we're actually one of Patreon's top creators. Other platforms that you can do this on is literally like, if you start a YouTube channel, you can do this on YouTube without getting someone to a separate link. YouTube has the community section here, and you also have these newer websites like School that a lot of people are migrating towards. Now, passive income strategy number 5 that anyone can get started with today is e-commerce. Within e-commerce, here are the 3 most popular and most passive ways to make money. It's going to be first dropshipping, then Amazon FBA, and then print on demand. These are 3 different businesses that I started 6 years ago. I went from being a complete beginner, where even in the first year of me dropshipping, I was able to go from being a complete skeptic of making like this so-called internet Wi-Fi money to making over $100,000 in revenue that first year. It was crazy, but I will tell you, there was a lot of work up front at the beginning. What I really love about e-commerce is the fact that a lot of the delegation tasks are usually easier to automate. So if you need customer support, you can find a customer support VA pretty fast. If you need someone to help you make ads or help run ads, you can find people who do a better job and take over those positions, where eventually you have a business that continues to generate income while you begin to take your time out of it. Regardless, e-commerce is great. Even if you make $0 or $100,000 or even $1 million, whatever, you will learn the skills that you can apply to many different businesses, which is exactly what I've done in my life. Now, look, there's a lot that goes into starting any business, like filing for an LLC, designing your logo, building your website, even managing your taxes. Now, if you're trying to scale, chances are that you don't have a lot of extra time to manage all that. That's why today's sponsor, Tailor Brands, is going to be one of the best solutions for managing all aspects of your business, because Tailor Brands is the ultimate business builder. Now, I wish I had Tailor Brands way long ago. I had to go through so many different steps. I had to waste more time. And yes, I could have just saved myself so much stress if I knew about Tailor Brands way earlier on. So let me show you. First, you can start by registering your business as an LLC, and it's so simple. So let's say, as an example, I'm doing that cold plunge affiliate marketing blog, so we can go with the Jungle Ice Lab. After I type that in, I can check the availability, and since it's available, we can continue the process. Now, the first question it will ask is the stage of the business. So I'll say we're already in business. For the industry, we'll type in online and click online sales. From here, we'll have a few more questions to answer, but once that is done, you'll get prompted with a screen offering you all of the services that they can provide you. Now, this ranges from registering that LLC, getting a logo design, building your website, managing your taxes, or even registering an EIN or trademark, all in just one place. Normally, for a lot of these services, you'd either have to invest hours of doing it or just go through a bunch of slow and outdated government websites to register and just keep track of all of it. Now, when you're registering your business, you might not even think about those important things: licenses, permits, contracts, service agreements. But the reality is this: with any business you start, you want to have all of that checked off, and you want to have it in a place where you can find it accessibly. There are even times where I was not in good standing with my business, okay, because we did not pay one $5 fee that Maryland wanted from us. And it's those things that can just lead to so much trouble, so much unnecessary fuss. So Tailor Brands just makes it all easy. And that's not all. You can also use their domain tools to help you find and register your own website, then use one of many templates on Tailor Brands to build out your website, which is an absolute must for any new online business today. So Tailor Brands is going to be your one-stop shop for everything you need to launch your business, and they also provide free live consultations and can get any questions answered quickly. So if you want to get started with Tailor Brands, head down to the description below and check out the link to get started today. With that being said, on to the video. Following the remainder of my list, this here is going to be the most passive form of income that you can ever earn, but you need to have this one thing in order to see any type of decent returns, and that is capital. So all the things we talked about were business related, it's leveraged income, but what we're going to discuss next is ideally you making all that passive income from the businesses, getting them automated, and then using that money for the next 5 strategies. So the first one here is going to be putting your money into high yield savings accounts. So right now, mortgage rates still currently suck. I'm locked in at like 5.25%, and it's not all that bad. I've seen people lock in at 6 to 7%, and even car interest rates, they're pretty bad too. They're like 6 to 7%. But the good news news out of all that is that you can actually earn even more money on your savings. So you can do this through traditional banks. They might increase the high yield savings rate on your account if you lock it in for a certain time and you don't withdraw it. But I'd say the most easiest way to do this right now, and actually the highest amount of APY that I've seen get back currently, is by depositing your cash into a stock brokerage that I've been using for years called Moomoo. Now this app here is fully safeguarded, FDIC insured, and even on top of that, you can earn crazy amounts of interest. So if you want to be able to just deposit your money real quick, put into an app and earn money for the money that you have, this is a surefire way of doing it. Now the beauty of these high yield accounts is that they are generally very liquid. So if you put your money in and you want your money out, you can do it within a click. And usually it takes about less than 1 business day for you to get your money back into your account. I'm a huge advocate of security. I do not like when my money is locked up and I have to wait like 7 business days and there's all these conditions. If you're like that too and you're more conservative, that is something I would look into if you're trying to maximize even more passive income on the capital you have. So within that umbrella of investing, you have high yield savings account, you have your stocks, and you also have crypto. Between stocks, you can use an app like Robinhood or TD Ameritrade, whatever you do, but I like to keep things easy and I personally use Acorns. So what I love about Acorns, this is one of those apps that you leave and forget it with. It's literally as passive as I would say using Moomoo to deposit your cash in, but this you can see much higher returns. Take as an example my Acorns account. I started this back in 2018. It went up as high as $37,000. Now I cashed out earlier in the summer of this year. I wanted to splurge with that money, just have a little bit in the checking account for some other investment opportunities. Just kidding, I bought a Raptor. Okay, I'll be honest, I bought a Raptor. But anyways, I cleared this account out to zero, and literally a few months ago, I started depositing money back into it again. And since then, it's back at $14,000. Now this past month, we are up 0.28%. So the Acorns app has been really phenomenal. This is because they do all the investing for you. Now, if you want to check out Acorns, I have a link that gets you a free $5 for signing up down below in the description. Out of all the apps, and I've used probably 10, 15 different brokerages, being a finance channel, Acorns is something that I periodically check in on. It's been my favorite app by far, and it has made me some of the best returns. Something like this just automates it. I love the ease of use. Now, if you're someone who's a bit more like, Brian, I don't care about getting $1 million by the time I'm 70, it's too late, this is where we talk about crypto. So right now I'm doing a series on this channel where I'm documenting my journey in trying to make multiple 7 figures within crypto this year. We got really close previously in the last bull market, but we did not meet that goal. Now, I am so bullish on crypto for at least the long term. And this current bull cycle, I truly believe is one of the last opportunities to make life-changing generational wealth. It turns out it can also be a pretty solid form of passive income as well, because within crypto, you have so many different ways you can make money. So this could be just investing into the right crypto and it appreciates and then you sell, you made money. It could also be through the form of airdrops where you participate in the community and you build up with some of these earlier projects. And literally, even today with a kid who looks like he's 14, made over $1 million overnight. So crypto can make a lot of money. A lot of it can be passive. If you have a decent amount in crypto, you can also stake it as well. But I need to make a disclaimer. Crypto is going to be very risky. So this is going to be one of those passive income strategies where yes, you can make life-changing wealth, but you can also lose everything too. So please be careful. Please educate yourself. Do your due diligence. But out of the 3 forms of investing, I'd say the most conservative is just putting your money into a brokerage that earns you cash yield. The second is going to be putting your money into things like Acorn. The third, riskier, but even more higher reward, is going to be something like involving yourself within the crypto markets. All right, the next passive income strategy we have is maximizing credit cards. So I began this way earlier on, as soon as I was eligible for the first credit card by the time I turned 18. Since then, I've been able to accrue millions upon millions of points. If I were to cash out all of my points right now between Chase, Amex, the different hotels, and just some of those random little travel cards that I have, like my Bilt card, I would get over $40,000 to $50,000 in cash right now. Now, the way you can do this is just by signing up for the right credit cards and earning a welcome bonus. These welcome bonus offers from credit cards can be like spend $3,000 or $5,000, something you would have done anyways within a period of 3 to 6 months, and earn 50 to 100,000 points, which on the equivalent is $500 to $1,000. Now, if you know nothing about credit cards, I worked with Netflix on a documentary many years back, and I was shown to be the guy who optimizes credit cards. In there, they pretty much just go over how the entire system works, but if you don't want to watch that and you want to watch a full ultimate guide on how to get started from A to Z, I also have that here on YouTube. That video is about an hour long. Give yourself some time, plan it ahead in your schedule, take a lot of notes, but I shared all the value that I know about credit cards that has allowed me to get to where I'm at now, where I can travel, fly first class, business class with points for free anywhere in the world. world, I've gotten multiple sweet upgrades, or even in my most recent stay, I was in Vegas, I was at the Wynn, we were supposed to get like a basic comped room, but then they upgraded us to their $2,000 to $4,000 tower suite rooms, all for free. Look, if you're rich and you want to pay money to do that, go ahead. But for someone even like me, I would rather be able to get all that stuff for free, and you can do that with one of the best passive income methods, and that is just knowing how to use the right credit cards for the money you're spending anyways. By the way, one weird thing about credit cards that most people don't know about, and that's that credit card points are actually completely tax-free. Yeah, you don't need to report any taxes on that huge amount. So even if I was making money in crypto, say I made $80,000 in profit, well, if it was short-term capital gains, tax at the highest bracket that I'm in right now, I would still be making more from my credit card points that I've accrued over the last 6-7 years than money that I risked and invested in. Next passive income strategy here, this is huge, and it's investing into businesses. There are 3 ways to do this. You can angel invest into businesses using a website like angellist.co. You can also invest into small, medium-sized businesses, something that I did in the past few years. I invested into a restaurant, I became a part owner, and even from that investment, I've been able to generate income every single quarter. I get a check from doing no work at all. Now, if you have made a lot of money, you can also buy out businesses all outright. And if you don't have enough money to buy out a business, you can pull out something called SBA loans, where they can help you finance. And if you're able to have a good business plan and justify the money that they may loan to you, you pay a little bit of interest, but then you can get a cash generating business in that degree too. Look, a lot of this stuff is not rocket science. It's just that people don't know about it and people don't realize how easy it really is. Now, in the last 3 years, I've angel invested over 6 figures. It's been across about 20 different companies. Some of them are blowing up. I literally see them in some of the grocery stores. Now, keep in mind, a few years ago, I was like 23, 24. I did not think I would ever be angel investing. Okay, I thought that was like, if you're super old, super successful, that's for you there. But in today's modern day, there are so many companies and websites that have democratized this for every person to do it. There are little requirements here and there that you must meet, but generally, you'd be surprised that most people are able to have access to these different types of passive income streams as well. So for number 10, the best passive income stream here is going to be all about real estate. Look, I get it. Real estate can be expensive. It can be hard to find, but the people that I know who have made multi-millions of dollars and they seem to just be cruising and they have the most ultimate form of passive income is the ones that have gotten into real estate at a certain point. The reason for this is you have Airbnb, you have long-term rentals, you have house hacking. You can also get a property, renovate it, and flip it and make money. It is one of my goals to get into real estate even further. There was a time in my life where I was also going to buy out a whole shopping center here in Rockville alongside some other investors that went on auction because the owner could not pay their bills on it. It went to the court. We were going to get it at a huge discount and I was going to get a check every single month for about 25 years. Now that right there is pretty passive. Yes, you got to front the money. Yeah, it might be 5 to 10 years before you actually get net positive, but this is one of those passive income streams that I would definitely not neglect. So ladies and gents, that right there is going to be my 10 passive income streams. And look, I'll be honest, I've made a lot more than $80,000 per month. I think it's actually been a few years since that was the lowest amount that we've made, but I also didn't want this video to come out as like a whole flex because obviously right now, you know, I got payroll, I'm building a team, so there's a lot of different nuances too. But generally, guys, I wanted to keep it straightforward. I hope from this video, you're able to find outsized value, and I appreciate you guys from watching till the end. If you guys did enjoy this, be sure to subscribe, like this video, follow me on Twitter, on Instagram. If you want to get started with Taylor Brands, head down to the description below and check out the link to get started today. And also, don't forget about some of the other videos that I mentioned earlier in this episode. I'll have them linked here.